And in business news, one of the leading Pan-African financial institutions in the banking industry and Africa's global bank, United Bank for Africa PLC, has released its audited financial results for the half-year ended June 30, 2024, showing impressive performance across some key financial indicators. The bank, in a statement on its audited financials made available to the Nigerian Exchange Limited today, recorded a double-digit growth on its gross earnings and operating incomes. At the end of the first two quarters under review, and despite the tough global macroeconomic climate in the country and the geopolitical environment challenges across major countries in Africa, where the bank has subsidiaries, it recorded a 39.6% increase in its gross earnings, which soared from 981.7 billion in 2023 to 1.371 trillion in June 2024. The bank interest income also increased by 134.3% to more than 1 trillion naira, up from 428.2 billion naira recorded in June last year, while total assets went up 37.2% from 20.6 trillion naira in December 2023 to close at 28.3 trillion naira. The same vein, customers' deposit also rose by 33.7% in the same period, close to 23.2 trillion naira, up from 17.3 trillion naira recorded at the end of 2023. The board of directors of the bank declared an interim dividend of 2 naira per share for every ordinary share of 50 kobo each held by its shareholders, representing a 300% increase compared to 50 kobo declared in the similar period of 2023. Speaking on the new results, the bank's Group Managing Director, CEO, Mr. Oliver Alauba, underscored the bank's commitment to consistently deliver value to its shareholders, stating that it will continue to deliver strong double-digit growth in high quality and sustainable banking revenue streams driven by focused growth in the balance sheet transactions and digital banking business across geographies in line with the strategic goals. And in other stories now, business owners and experts in the fire safety space have made a call for action for everyone to adopt practices aimed at reducing the destruction caused by fire to safeguard the environment from loss of lives and properties worth billions of naira. The call was made at a safety workshop which focused on safety and other issues around businesses in Lagos. Abimbola Akintaju was there.
Fire has often been described as the greatest servant but the worst master, difficult to control when it comes to an inferno, burning and destroying everything on its path. In the rage of its fury, it has no respect for the tallest building, not even the biggest conglomerate. Businesses, corporate buildings and human beings need adequate protection against fire outbreaks. According to Lagos State Government in 2017, no fewer than 84 persons were burnt to death and property worth millions of naira destroyed in the state. Also, stories of oil tankers, futures and consequent fires on business premises. Experts and stakeholders in the industry gathered here say the solution to this challenge is to adopt preventive measures.
Fire loss is amounting to billions of dollars in the world over annually. Life loss is also amounting to thousands of lives annually. And the importance of us fostering or preventing these losses cannot be overemphasized.
For the country manager of KUO Fire Safety, Ms. Mariam Beruti, for business continuity in the region, rapid response to fire outbreaks and comprehensive preventive strategies remains vital.
And this is the whole point of fire safety, to prevent. The whole point is to prevent a fire from spreading. First and foremost, we take fire safety into consideration when doing our buildings or installing various equipment. So from that point, we try to mitigate risks.
Guarantees that people do not experience any form of injury and that there is no loss to life and no loss to property. So you cannot be too careful equipping your building or houses or offices or even public buildings with materials that will ensure that in the event that there's a fire outbreak, you are able to contain the situation. The damage resulting from the fire is minimized and that the occupants of the building are safe. So
fire safety is not just a regulation, it is a business imperative. Therefore, fire safety is everyone's responsibility.
The President General of the Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria, Mr. Adewale Adeyanju, is urging maritime workers to put safety and well-being of their workers at the forefront. This call comes amidst growing concerns over insufficient compensation and insurance for maritime workers, especially seafarers and the dock laborers, in the event of accidents or fatalities. TVC News senior business correspondent Ifeanyi Eze has the report.
Mr. President, I'm sure you can...
At this year's World Maritime Day celebration in Lagos, President General of the Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria, Mr. Adewale Adeyanju, highlighted the critical need to prioritize the welfare of maritime workers. He pointed to the lack of adequate training, mental health support and fair compensation as issues that need urgent attention. According to him, improving these areas will ensure the safety of seafarers and dock workers who are often exposed to dangerous conditions on the job.
Let us remember the sacrifice of maritime operators who have lost their lives at the sea, at the ports, jetties and terminals, quill apron and oil and gas platforms. The situation where our members, especially those in seafaring and dock labours, are subjected to inadequate provision of compensation, insurance cover. Seafarers will die on board the vessel. To pay them their legitimate compensation, it becomes a problem between us and some of these manning agents.
He also criticized certain employers for not upholding the National Joint Industrial Council's agreement on reviewing and negotiating compensation for these workers.
The seafarers should not be subjected to slave labor in our father's land. While some of these management, they are cleaning our oil, they are lifting our crude oil here, and they have no regard for CBA. This CBA is collective agreement between the union and the employers, where they didn't honor, they didn't have respect. Some of them don't have regard for NGIC that was being signed, duly signed by authorities, sir.
The event also served as a platform for stakeholders to discuss Nigeria's potential in the marine and blue economy sectors, with calls for better safety practices to unlock this potential. Ifeanyi Eze, TVC News, Lagos.